Okay, hello. We're gonna talk about finding the surface area of pyramids in this lesson. Okay, so what is a pyramid and how do I find the surface area? A pyramid, I've highlighted here in green, and a pyramid is a solid with one base and faces that meet at a point. So this particular pyramid is a triangular pyramid because the base is a triangle. Okay, and that's what we're going to look at and examine today. Okay, so on your reference sheet here, you see that this is your formula, right? It's a half times the lateral, what's this slant height right here, L, and then times perimeter plus the base. But I think that's a little confusing sometimes. Sometimes it's really just easier to find the area of the base and then find the area of however many triangles you have there and just add them together. And so that's kind of the tack that I'm going to go for this, as sometimes these formulas maybe are a little more confusing. Okay, so if we look at this one that I have here at the right, the base here is a square. It's an 18 by 18 square. So I'm going to say, all right, 18, multiply those two, right? 18 squared is 324. Okay. Now, then I have every one of these is the same congruent triangle. So I have a triangle with a base of 18 and a height of 15. Now remember, it's 1/2 times base times height. Okay, so if I do that, that's 135. Okay, now that's for one of them. So now on here you can see I would have 4 triangles. So I'm really just doing 4 of these, right? So I'm going to take 135 times 4, which would give me 540. Okay, so really what I want to do then is take this answer right here and this answer right here and add them together. So the 540 represents all the triangles around the pyramid, and then the base would be 324. So if I add those two together, I get a total of 864, and then this is square meters because we're doing area, right? Okay, so that's my answer for that one. So that's how you find the surface area of a pyramid. And, you know, sometimes the base is a little bit more complicated to find, but ultimately the process is the same. So in this case, we have a hexagonal pyramid because the base is a hexagon. And so let's go ahead and draw that out, sort of. Okay, so for our hexagon, it looks like every side is 4. And my apothem here is, we'll say 2√3. Okay. All right. And then remember, the area of a regular polygon is 1/2 times your apothem times the perimeter. So the perimeter there, each side is 4 times there's 6 sides. So 4 times 6 would be 24. Okay. So I'm going to do a little calculator work here. Off to the, on my calculator here, and we'll hopefully you get the correct answer. let's see, I got 41.57. Okay, so that's the base, and that would be one thing that we need. And now we've got 6 triangles. So I got a triangle. I'm going to have 6 of these. Okay, let's see. The base is 4. And then the height is 6. According to, like, right here, we got 6 there. So, okay. And then I'm going to say 1/2 times 4 times 6. So that's 12. Okay, and now we got 6 of those. So I'm going to say 6 times 12. Well, that's going to give me 72. So that's the other. Those are all the triangles, the 6 triangles added together. There we go. Now I want to add those 2 together, and that's my answer. So that would be 113.57 square feet is the surface area of that hexagonal pyramid. Okay. Hopefully this is making sense. Okay, here's another one. And on the surface, this looks a little bit easier. But there is one little bit trickier part that we have to handle. So, the base, let's do that, is a square again. Looks like 4 by 4. So that's 16. Okay. And then we have the triangle. We know the triangle base, but we don't know the height. So we don't have that slant height up the side. So we have to figure that out. And the way that we're going to do that is we need to like basically kind of figure out what this is, right? Well, we know that this height, it says, is 6. Okay. Now, because this is a square as its base, then this line that's dropped down the middle will be right down the middle of that square. So that makes this 2. Okay. So I really have a right triangle with 2 down here, 6 right here, and I need to figure out what that slant height is. Okay? And then once we do that, then we can go from there. So let's do it. We've got 2 squared plus 6 squared is equal to x squared. So that's 4 plus 36. Okay, so I have 40. Take the square root of both sides, right? So x is the square root of 40, which 6.3-ish or so, let's see. 6.32. Okay, so now I can use that in my formula right here. So this is 6.32. So let's see, we've got 1/2 times 4 times 6.32. Let's do it. Okay, I get about 12.65. Okay, and then I have, let's see, 4 of these triangles around that. So I need to take this number, 12.65, and I need to multiply it by, so 12.65 times 4. We got about, let's see, 50 point, rounded, okay, plus the 16 that we have. So our 2 things that we're adding now are this one, the base, and then these are the triangles. So that's going to give us a total of, let's move this down just a little. Okay, 66.6 square meters. Okay. So we had to do a little bit of, we have to use the Pythagorean theorem there, but other than that, otherwise pretty much the same as the other ones. Okay. That is surface area of pyramids. Hopefully that makes some sense. Go ahead and write that into your planner as well. Good luck on the assignment. See ya.